started with us not communicating as well as we did. When we don't communicate, we get all mixed up and combobulated. So when one thing went wrong, another player had to come and help and got themselves into foul trouble. So I think that's where it all started.
And also, when you foul a team, besides the momentum of the game, give them time to take a breather. They give the coach time to call plays, make adjustments. So I guess what's one of the biggest things, putting them at the free throw line. They had, I think, 10 for 12 in the first half. 10 of their points came from free throws. So that would have been a tie game if we didn't foul them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a physical team. We weren't going to back down, and we were going to play just as physical. And I think that, that kind of got us in a little bit of that foul trouble. But, again, we weren't going to back down, and we were going to continue to play hard.
Can you just sort of talk about their front line really, got you guys tonight for a lot of points? I mean, what is it about their forwards that make them so tough to defend?
Well, I don't think they were being it was tough to defend. I think we just weren't on our game tonight in that area. As far as the front line, I think we needed to make better decisions when it comes. They're smart players, so we had to be smarter, but we weren't tonight, so that's what killed us.
And their front line was pretty versatile. We tried to take away the pound on the inside. They stepped out, made 15-footers. Mm-hmm. We tried to take away the 15-footers. They'd do a pull-up. And then it's how we, like she said, we got into foul trouble trying to take away so much and so much versatility. Ended up wearing down on us.
You guys, like we were sort of talking about earlier, you did have some good stretches tonight in the first and the third quarter. What do you think is sort of the key to being able to put those together for more of a four-quarter effort rather than just playing, 8 minutes here, 8 minutes there kind of thing?
I think Coach made a great point, and fatigue can't become a factor in that third or fourth quarter. We got to continue to play for all 40 minutes and keep that intensity from the minute we start to the minute we stop.
And not only physical fatigue, but mental fatigue, too. Can't come into play. Breaking out plays, not knowing where the defense is, and communicating like Stacia said.
On offense, was your game plan to attack them on the inside? It seemed like you're trying to, get it in there a lot. And if so, did you see any successes and any failures you could take away from that?
Our game plan is to make shots anywhere we can, open shots, I think getting it inside was definitely a big part because we were able to score. So, of course, if we're going to score inside, that's where we want to go more. And there was a lot of, just open spots where we can get the ball into the middle side. So it was a part of our game plan. What was the other part of the question? I forgot.
Just what successes and failures you saw kind of attacking the paint on offense?
I think once we got into the paint and we seen that we were able to, score on the inside, it gave us more confidence that we can get it in, we can score, we can keep up with this team. So.
Brent, I think it was the end of the third quarter. You found Stacia for a layup with like 5 seconds left. You got pretty pumped up about that, pretty excited. I mean, is that sort of the energy that you're talking about?
Absolutely.
Brenda gets pumped up about anything.
It's very true.
I was at that point in the game. I remember that I think we cut it from a double-digit lead to a single-digit lead, and it wasn't only finding your player and getting her a bucket, but also just the fact that we're chipping away at this, and we weren't going to give up. And, get the momentum going, get the energy going, and I think people feed off that.
Do you feel like that's almost, in some ways a metaphor for this season? You guys are just sort of trying to chip away wherever you can?
Absolutely. I wouldn't say it's a metaphor. I think, but at some instances throughout the game and throughout the season, we need to chip away and continue to chip away, and we're going to continue to get better as well.
All right. Thank you. Unless you have one
Do you
more.
have one more?
Sure. Sorry. Last question. You guys are going to be going on a road trip, 2 ACC matches, and then you guys are going to face them again in Louisville end of the season. Talk about moving forward. What do you guys want to work on the most?
Everything.
Especially facing ACC teams.
Rebounding, seriously rebounding, and not just putting a body on them, but putting a body on them and boxing them out, because they're so athletic that if you don't get them outside of the paint, they'll still reach over and get the ball from on the top of your head. They're just so athletic and they're so strong and so mobile that we have to put a big emphasis on rebounding offensively as well as defensively. So I feel like that'll be one of the keys, and keying in on Hines Allen, I guess, since she had 29 points.
I think just finishing the game. We've had multiple games where we've came close, or we were 2 points away. I think just finishing will be a major part of what we need to accomplish for the rest of the season.